Hi, I'm Chef Meg Galvin with Spark Recipes, and we are going to show you today, or I'm going to show you today, some veggie spring rolls that you can even turn into. You can add a little bit of protein, but the big thing is you can play with these, and then I'm going to show you how to take this recipe and turn it into another recipe. So what we're going to start with is just some fat-free mayonnaise, a tablespoon each, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make two little dipping sauces or spreading sauces for the spring rolls. So you can decide. The recipe ends up one whole spring roll, which is ends up being about 200 calories per roll. So you can choose. The first one I'm going to make is more of a Thai sauce, and it's just equal parts Thai chili and fat-free mayonnaise. There's also a olive oil-based mayonnaise on the market too, which is good too. And there's a little bit more fat content, but it's a better fat. So we're just going to stir that up. So this is real quick, something that you can get the kids involved with. These sauces will last for about a week in your refrigerator. So there's our Thai sauce, and then I want to show you a little basil sauce. So I have a tablespoon of the fat-free mayonnaise, and then I'm going to come in with half a teaspoon of Dijon mustard, and I highly recommend the Dijon mustard or a country-style mustard. You don't want to use the traditional American yellow mustard. It's too much vinegar in it. And then we're going to use a little bit of a pesto, so about a tablespoon of pesto. I'm going to come in, and then here's a trick too. If you buy a purchased pesto product, it contains a lot of oil. So if you just tilt your jar to the side, you can remove some of that oil because we really want the basil. So it's a nice, pretty green sauce. Now our fillings, that is pretty. Our fillings, we can look at lots of vegetables. This is where you can pack in your vegetables for the day. So if you're going to make this after coming home from work, one quick tip is just pick up some broccoli slaw in the bag, or if you have some time the day before, you can go ahead and shred some carrots. So I have a roasted pepper, and I want to show you just real fast. What I did is I just washed the pepper, dried it off, and I've just stuck it right on the stove. If you don't have a gas stove at home, you could take it outside to your grill, or you could put it in a hot oven about 400 degrees. So once it's nice and charred, you just put it in a bowl, and it's going to steam itself. And then we're going to come in and just rinse off that charredness. So this is kind of like a Sunday prep, cooking for Monday and maybe Tuesday. So you just peel off that skin, and then we're going to break the pepper down. But if it's Monday night and you're running in the door and you want dinner on the table in 15 minutes, you can always pick up a jar of roasted peppers, but make sure you pick up the one not packed in oil. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of those out. Let me just get a spatula. And with these, you want to drain them off. Even if they're packed in the water, you do want to drain them off because you don't want them making your spring roll all soggy. So make sure everything's nice and dry. So this is going to be really colorful. So there's, dry that off. Now these spring rolls, you're looking at about 30-35 calories per spring roll. And if you go and look at a flour tortilla, it's a whole lot less. And it's just a lot of fun. It's something people aren't used to eating. You'll find it in the Asian section of the grocery store. So just a little bit of warm water, just for about 20 seconds or so. And then you just pull it out of the water, and they're just paper thin. Be careful doing too many at one time because they're going to end up sticking to each other. And then what I do is just kind of pat them dry just a tiny bit. Now you want them to be flexible enough that you can bend them. So I'm going to maybe just go back in for just a second. So let's talk about the fillings. I have a broccoli slaw. I actually have some roasted turkey left over from another meal, and then some poached chicken. So there's no really caramelization because I'm trying to stay with the softness of the roll. And then a cheese. You could choose like a Manchego or a Swiss. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to go half and half. I'm going to go half with the Thai sauce and then half with the basil sauce. So it's pretty quick. What you can do, pretend you have a sandwich shop. Everybody comes in for dinner. Line it up and let everybody make their own, and then that way there's no complaints and it's a happy dinner time. So I'm just going to come in with some roasted pepper. I'm thinking I might like to go with the chicken. Now again, you can go vegetarian. So we'll go with the chicken and some mushrooms. So you see how fast it comes together. Broccoli slaw. So this makes a great meal. You can go ahead and make an extra one for lunch the next day. So when you come in to fold it, make sure you fold in the ends. I've really packed it in on this one. Fold in the ends and almost roll it like a burrito. I'm going to have to actually, I overpacked. Roll it like a burrito, just like that. and then really secure it together. And then what I like to do is just let them sit for just a second, just so it kind of forms its shape. And then you're just going to take a knife and cut it on the diagonal. So check out sparkrecipes.com for the recipe, and then also check out a stir-fry chicken stir-fry, which uses some of the leftovers from today for tomorrow. Looks good.